Shedeur Sanders continues to show off on day 2 of Brown's minicamp. Rookie QB Shedeur Sanders posts near-perfect stats at Brown's minicamp, but continues to await first-team reps. On the second day of Brown's mandatory minicamp, Cleveland's quarterbacks were tested in a variety of game situations with a heavy emphasis on red zone execution, in addition to full-team work. Rookie Shedeur Sanders had the most efficient day among the team's quarterbacks, completing 8 of 9 pass attempts with 1 touchdown. Cleveland's coaching staff is deliberately managing his integration, focusing on operational fundamentals before increasing his first-team snaps. Sanders is the only Browns quarterback who has yet to face the first-team defense during camp. Sanders also stood out during the first day of minicamp along with newcomer Kenny Pickett. The 5th-round draft pick went 10 for 12 and 2 scores on Tuesday, while Pickett added 3 touchdown strikes. On Wednesday, fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel received the most repetitions in the group, finishing 9 of 16 with 2 touchdowns. Pickett completed 6 of 11 passes and also threw for a score, while veteran Joe Flacco again saw limited action, going 3 for 7 with 1 touchdown. Day 2 of mandatory minicamp featured a combination of both modified 7-on-7 and full 11-on-11 drills. Later in the practice, the quarterbacks were split into 2 groups as they focused on red zone work. Flacco and Pickett were teamed up together on one field, while the rookies Gabriel and Sanders were paired on another. Cleveland's coaching staff has continued to stress a long-term approach to the team's quarterback competition, prioritizing gradual development and a mastery of the fundamentals over a rushed decision at the position. But perhaps Sanders will get his highly anticipated shot with the first team as the Browns' mandatory minicamp concludes on Thursday. It was another hot June morning in Berea, Ohio, and the buzz around the Cleveland Browns minicamp wasn't just about Deshaun Watson's leadership or the fresh look of Jim Schwartz's defense. No, the spotlight had quietly shifted and firmly stayed on rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who once again turned heads on day 2 of camp. It wasn't just the precision passes or the poise in the pocket. It was the presence, the vibe, the quiet storm he brought every time he stepped onto the field. If day 1 was a statement, day 2 is a symphony. Drenched in confidence but not cockiness, Shedeur, son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, came into the Browns training facility with the calm of a veteran and the hunger of an undrafted free agent. While some rookies waver under the pressure of the NFL spotlight, Shedeur seems to absorb it like oxygen, fueling each throw, every read, and each call at the line of scrimmage. During team drills, he threaded a 25-yard sideline rope to rookie wideout Jamari Jones, splitting the defense like he was operating a laser cutter. The ball didn't wobble. It hummed. The crowd of reporters and staff let out a collective ooh, not loud but unmistakable. That wasn't luck. That was skill. That was command. What's most impressive isn't just his arm, though it's sharp and seasoned beyond his years. It's his feel for the moment. On one snap, facing a disguised blitz, Shedeur calmly adjusted the protection at the line, waited half a beat in the pocket, and then dumped a screen to the running back that went for 30 yards. It looked simple. It was surgical. Even the veterans are taking notice. Shedeur's got that spark, said Amari Cooper after practice. You can see it. You can feel it in the huddle. He processes fast, and he's not afraid to take a shot when it's there. That's rare in a young guy. For a franchise that has long battled inconsistency at quarterback, the mere idea of a confident, composed young QB is enough to send waves of optimism through Cleveland. No one's talking about starting jobs or depth charts yet. It's June after all, but every day Sanders continues to show off, that conversation creeps closer to reality. Even head coach Kevin Stefanski, typically tight-lipped about rookie performances, allowed a bit of praise to slip. Shedeur's picking up the system quickly, Stefanski said. He's a competitor. You see it in the meeting room on the field. He's pushing himself and everyone around him. That's what we want to see. Part of Sanders' magnetism comes from his upbringing. He grew up not just around greatness, but inside it. Sundays were more than football games. They were master classes. His father, Coach Prime, taught him the art of vision, discipline, and swagger, not as a show, but as a mindset. Shedeur's play reflects all of it. The no-look passes aren't just for highlight reels. They're built on hours of reps, on timing, on trust with receivers he's only just beginning to know. And then there's the leadership.